I'm getting ready to go out and make my first video, so I'm gonna show you some of the gear that I'm taking, and I thought I'd better start off with the bag. Now I was very tempted to get one of these, and you probably recognise it. It is a pretty much average camera bag, and it'll do the job great, it'll do fine, but it's not what I'm going to use. It is an option, but it doesn't work for me, so I'm going to use something a bit more like that, more so because it's a bit more discreet. It doesn't scream out that it's a camera bag. It's got loads of protection, the back on it is quite sturdy, and I got a lot more back support. So that is the bag I'm going to use to try and jam everything in. And because of its size, it means I'm not going to take too much gear, and if you're walking around for the day, it can be a bit of a hindrance. So that's what I'm starting with. So that's the bags. This is by default really. I'll take a little first aid kit. I've never used it. I carry it in, I have a separate one in the car and in the house, you know, for the kids and stuff, but it's only a little one, a couple of plasters, bandages. It doesn't weigh too much, so I don't see the harm in taking it. Now, I'm going to start with probably the most important thing is my phone, because other than the camera, I'm going to be recording on my phone, so I'll end up using that more than the camera I'm using to film my phone. Does that make sense? It should do, why not? And then I've got a couple of tripods. This is the Amazon Basic one. It is cheap and it'll do the job. You can definitely notice the difference in the plastic. This one is a lot more sturdy, so if you can, I definitely recommend that one. So I'm taking those, and then I've got some camera batteries. I think I've got about 3 in total, and if that's not enough, then I'll take a spare battery charger and a cable. I don't like to charge my camera. I don't like to charge the batteries in the camera because I worry about the heat. I worry about it overheating. So if I can, I'll charge it outside the camera. Now this is quite new. I don't know if you've seen one of these. I picked this up from Amazon as well, and it's just to hold the phone. If I don't want to get my camera out the bag, or if I just want to shoot stuff. I don't know how I feel about it. It has got a little feature on it where I can remove a remote, a Bluetooth shutter, and record off that. So I don't know. I might use it, might not. But either way, I'll take it with me to record my first video, which I'm excited about. And then I've got one of these. Now this is just a plastic bag that I can put my camera in case it rains and I don't want to miss the shot, and I don't have to worry about getting my camera wet. I've only really used it in light rain. I haven't used it in heavy rain, so it's okay, it's not too bad, it does the job. And then of course a microfiber cloth comes in handy just to wipe the lenses. And I don't know if I'm going to use this, but I'm going to take it. It's a remote shutter, and I use it for photography, but I'm quite new to videography. So I'm going to take it with me for filming video. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it on the shoot, but I'll take it. This is quite handy, little pocket of memory cards. And what I do is obviously I put the memory cards in, and then when I use them, I flip them the other way, and that's how I know they're full. So not a lot, a couple of memory cards there. And again, this is something I use in my photography, little 18% grey. I don't really use the black or white card. I'm not too sure if it's a necessary weight, but I'll take it with me anyway. This is a bit unusual. I'd be surprised if you recognise this for what it is. It's actually a bit of white oven grease paper. Now it is a bit of an odd thing to carry in a camera bag, but it does really help diffusing light. Very rare I'll use it when I'm out walking around with the camera, but it doesn't weigh anything, so I like to have that in my bag. And then I've got my camera lens, which I keep in a little cardboard protector just to stop it getting battered about. And that is a pretty basic, was it 56 to 210 on that one. And I think that's, oh no, that's not everything, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the camera that I'm using to record now, and I'm going to switch to my trusty phone. I'll probably use that adapter actually. Yeah, I'll put this adapter on the phone, swap it round with the camera I'm using to record, and then I can show you the camera and the microphone that I'm using. So now I have swapped the cameras. I'm going to show you what's going to do hopefully the majority of the heavy lifting. And that is my Sony A7 II camera with the kit lens. And I've added a Rogue microphone, which, like I said, I've never really recorded audio or done much video with this camera before. I've only really used it for photography, so I'm quite excited really to find out how much different it is between, you know, recording audio and taking pictures. But I'm excited to do it. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to use. I've just put my bag on the bottom of my tripod here because it's quite close to the edge, and the centre of gravity is quite high. So I thought if I put my bag there, it should reduce it dropping over the edge into the water, and hopefully prevent ending in a bad day. So yeah, they've just finished emptying the lock, so I'm going to crack on and do some more videos. So a couple of things that I've learned is this microphone needs a dead cat because the volume is just all over the place, and every time I try to put my face to the viewfinder I end up poking myself in the eye, so I need to address that with something. Oh, and I've got way too much gear in my backpack and I haven't used anything. The only thing I've done is swap a battery around, so I need to reevaluate my microphone and clear out some of the crap in my backpack. Well, that was an adventure. I'm back from filming my first video around Cardiff, which was really good. So what I'm going to do now is explain some of the problems I had with my gear and how I can move forward from that. So the first bit is going to be with my camera that it's had a lot of use, I'm not going to lie. It's a bit battered and a bit bruised, as you can tell from the screen and the bit here coming off. But the main issue I had is every time that I put the viewfinder to my eye, I'd get, what do they call it, when a sniper rifle goes too fast and ends up punching you in the eye, sniper's eye. It's almost like every time I go to the viewfinder I end up hitting myself in the face with the top of that. So I need to find a solution. Another problem I had is I've lost the screw to keep it mounted, so the wind would constantly knock it off. And also I found out that when you're recording in the wind, this is no good. I'm sure in a nice quiet room it's fine, but when you're recording out in the wind, especially out in the water, this is no good. And I was so tempted to actually get a replacement microphone because, as I mentioned, you know, hitting myself in the face with that every time I want to look in the viewfinder is a bit of a problem. But I'm trying to spend as little as possible and work with the equipment I have. I feel that is quite important. So I've bitten the bullet and I've got a dead cat. I know the RNLI has got a display coming up soon, so I'm hoping I'll go back to Cardiff Bay, record some of it, and hopefully get some usable audio with that dead cat, which I'm quite pleased with. See, I might just glue that on. It's so annoying, it's such a little screw and I've just lost it. So every time there's a gust of wind or I tap it, it just falls off. So there we go, we talked about that, which I quite enjoyed. So now we're going to move on and talk about some of the equipment that I'm going to leave out of my bag or that I've upgraded. So let's start with these. I showed you these before in the setup to making my video. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to take one, because I did not use them all the time I was making the video in Cardiff. But I'm going to take one just in case. I've got the room, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to leave this one. What else? Oh, I've upgraded my cloth. I say upgraded, I lost the other one. As you do, as soon as you buy a new microfiber cloth, it is doomed to be lost. Nothing to change with the memory cards. If anything, I could probably do with an extra one. This was interesting. I can't remember if I showed you this in the last video, but essentially this is like a separator between your lens and the camera, and it helps to magnify in small objects. I took it with me, but I didn't take it out of the bag. I didn't use it. So I don't think I'll be putting that in my bag next time I go out shooting. Everything else is pretty much the same. 3 batteries, cable, battery charger. Oh, I didn't use this. I'm going to take it though in case I do want to do some photography and do some long shots or maybe even time lapses. I'll have to look into how to do that, but I'm pretty sure I can set that up and use it for time lapses. My grey cards, I'm going to take them with me, but I'm going to take off just the grey one, because I never use these two and I don't really understand how and in what conditions. So I'm going to bin these, well not bin them, but keep them home. And I'm only going to have that in my bag. Not that I'd use it, I didn't use it on the shoot. Apart from that, everything stays the same. So I'm quite happy with the gear I have. So yeah, I hope you've... Oh, there's one more bit of kit I want to show you. I'll have to take the camera off the mount, so I'll do that and then we can talk about the other bit of equipment that I'm unsure about. This is it. This is the, well, it stayed in my bag. It's got the tripod mount on the bottom. That doesn't come with it, in case you're wondering, but I had it in my bag. I was a bit too embarrassed to get it out, to be honest. I felt that just holding my phone was a bit more discreet, because I'm still quite shy filming around people. And I think this is a bit of a eyesore, really. You know, and it's not very discreet. You can't just whip it in and out of your pocket. But if you want something to put on your tripod to attach to your phone, then this is it. But apart from that, the shoot went well. I need to work on the quality of the video, though, on my camera. But maybe that's for another video. So thanks again for watching.